KCAA 1050 AM with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show. Boss Lady Crispy Taco and Jackie on the mic. And I'm so excited about the next couple that we have on right now. Pinup, Lisa Love, but not just a pinup. We're going to find out a lot about her today. I mean, from mother to basically entrepreneur, too.
A little bit.
Yeah. I'm giving her the credit. I'm giving her the credit. And her talented husband, Julian Mendoza, which he does a lot, too. So we're totally going to get more into, what they both do, and definitely an inspiring couple. So I want to have Jackie maybe perhaps read a little bit about Lisa Love.
Yes, definitely. Lisa Love, she's known for her classic look and impeccable style. She prides herself on being a positive influence on the modern pinup and rockabilly movement. Her pinup images combine glamour and intrigue with a healthy dose of wholesome sex appeal. A Texas-born blend of Native American and Spanish blood, Miss Love often pulls inspiration from her cultural background. Many of her most powerful images, such as La Soldadera, which I have a picture back here of, everyone can see on Ustream. The Queen of Aztecs and Day of the Dead serve as tributes to her rich heritage. Lisa Love is a dedicated wife, proud mother, and an enthusiastic collector of vintage clothing and costumes. You can visit her website at www.lisalove.com.
Beautiful. And now Julian Mendoza.
Yes, he has an awesome, interesting bio, just like Lisa Love, but there's a lot. I just want to check out some pointers on here. Julian Mendoza is a native of Southern California. For the last 20 years, Mendoza has been facilitating life management classes. Mendoza is a veteran of the subculture of Los Angeles in which gangs thrive. Mendoza has run an intensive program in the prisons, jails, and probation camps in and around the Los Angeles County area. Mendoza takes these young men through a journey of self-awareness. Having gone through a similar program himself many years ago, Mendoza credits the program for helping him make a much-needed positive change in his life. I want to get more into that in the show, so I won't read too much into it. A lot of you guys know him also for his amazing artwork, just like this one that I'm holding right here. His original art are all done by hand with a combination of ink and paint. Using the mixed medium, I get the result I want and the feeling that comes along with handmade art. When it comes to his art, Mendoza says, this is not just what I do, this is who I am. These paintings come from my heart, not just my hand. And we were talking about that earlier. We love how
when I was reading it, I was like, oh, that's nice. But definitely, if you're listening to us right now on the radio on 1050 AM, please tune in to our Ustream on kcaradio.com, left-hand corner. Click on Ustream so you can see how beautiful Lisa Love looks here.
Definitely,
Please, she has some awesome jewelry. Where did you get it again?
Thank you. I bought it on Facebook, believe it or not. I'm part of a vintage swap and sell, and they posted it up there. Yeah, it's from the 40s.
It has roses.
From the 40s. It's beautiful. And when I saw it, I had to buy the whole lot, which had 4 different colors. So I was like, I'll take them all. Yeah.
So please, I mean, obviously we already read a little bit about your bio, so we'll start with you.
Okay.
A little bit with you, then a little bit with Julian, then a little bit about the power couple that you guys are. But
thank you.
Right now, a little bit about you. So talk to us a little bit about
my paper dolls.
Yes.
I am so excited about this project, and it could not have been done without the amazing artwork of Natalie Ratner. She's a Canadian pinup artist, and I had seen her stuff on Facebook and just absolutely fell in love with her. And working with her through this was just a dream. See, she is such a sweetheart, and she's the one who illustrated this whole book. She illustrated the dolls, all the clothing, everything by hand, which is just so amazing. So I had always thought, I'd always loved paper dolls. I played with paper dolls when I was younger, and a lot of times I get the reference when people do meet me in person, oh, you look like a doll, you look like a doll, which is so sweet. And so it just came to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to have Lisa Love paper dolls.
You got a good thing.
Yes.
Because it's something great to market that nobody has right now.
Exactly. And I wanted to bring back the paper dolls, from the past, and have people actually take the time to cut out the outfits and play with them and change her, because she has to be changed 3 times a day. There's no doubt. she has to wear a different outfit at least 3 times a day. And she comes with this beautiful changing screen that you can take the doll behind and change her. And it's so great. And some of the outfits are actually from my vintage wardrobe collection. So that makes it even more exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Really?
yes,
Oh, my
yes,
goodness.
yes. It's very exciting.
I mean, you cut them. So it's like the original back in the day paper dolls. So.
And I made sure, I didn't skimp on the book when printing it. Everything's very, very, very heavy cardstock and nicely designed. So there's 2 dolls because you have to have one to play with your friend. You have to have one for your friend. And then there's just a whole bunch of beautiful clothing. A lot of it, influenced by my heritage, just like my modeling. And it's just really exciting. And I encourage people with little girls to bring this back, get this for them, bring it back, and sit down at the table and play with your little girl.
And really quick before we go to the next song, where can they get that?
If you go to lisalove.com and click on merchandise, it's right there.
Beautiful. And back with the couple, Lisa Love and Julian Mendoza. We were talking to Lisa Love about her paper doll book. And obviously, you can get it on her website, which is lisalove.com, correct?
Yes, nice and easy.
There you go, lisalove.com. And very affordable. Honestly, I checked the book out because I've seen it. I've seen the cover of it. And it makes a great gift, guys. Definitely, if there's any stores watching right now, too, she's not on any stores yet. So definitely, this is a good product to have because it makes a great gift.
Actually, you know what? It is at Endless Indulgence. It's a vintage shop in Utah.
Oh, in Utah.
And so, actually, they do have it there. And come to think of it, now that you mention it, it's somewhere overseas. Someone bought a wholesale.
Well, it needs to get out there more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if there's anyone listening, contact her at lisalove.com.
Yes.
So you have more plans with the book, correct?
Yes. I've talked to Natalie because without her, it can't go any further. And we talked about possibly having a supplement page where people can buy just a page of wardrobe because Lisa Love cannot have too much wardrobe, right? So we were thinking about maybe having something where Lisa Love goes to Hawaii or something like that, and some tropical outfits, maybe some vintage Shaheens or something like that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we may be adding to the wardrobe.
That's awesome. This is something that can just continue making your limited editions, girl.
Exactly.
And now giving attention to Julian here.
Yes, my love.
Yeah, she keeps expressing how much she loves you. We're gonna make a flash on the radio.
I know. Just when you thought he didn't smile, did you guys see that?
But this is so beautiful. I remember when you guys had first met, and then I saw you guys together, I mean, you're seeing each other from far at the Viva. I remember it was in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I was like, what a pretty couple. Like, knowing him and then knowing you, it's like together.
Then you know how lucky I am.
Yeah.
Me too.
Both of you, beautiful couple. But more than anything, like what we were talking before, when 2 couples, when 2 people that do their own thing join together, it can make a powerful couple, and it's like the power couple that, and you guys definitely have plans together, especially with what you do. I was reading, part of the bio where you go and talk in jails, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I got into doing that probably about 22 years ago. Went through a program myself, and now I go back into prisons and jails and work with young men that are maybe their life is a little unmanageable or they're making poor decisions on a daily basis, and I do a circle, like a healing circle, try to help these young men find out where their decisions are coming from, and it's helped me stay on the road that I'm at, and it's helped other people too. And since then, I started working with minors at probation camps, and I'm currently doing the same program for Downey Unified School District. They have me part of the curriculum, and I teach 4 circles there, taking everybody in all the population. It's elective that they could take, and they take it because they think they found out that, or they're at least open to the fact that self-esteem has a lot to do with their grades, and we work on that a lot in our circles.
I think you should definitely, your next step should, just a thought, write a book too.
Yeah, people have said that, and I wrote the curriculum that I actually teach, but it's not like a book, but it's almost like a workbook type of thing. And I'm not much of a writer, and maybe with some help one day, maybe that will be something I'll do.
Because I mean, thinking about it, I mean, you're there already in the jails, and you're there, talking in schools, and it's like that book alone can help out people, that maybe you're not reaching, but they can go get a book or something, that would be totally awesome. I mean, just to get.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's so neat because, he goes and he talks to these teenagers or these high school students, and they want more. And it's so neat to see that they want to learn more, and they want to talk to their families the way they've never talked to their parents before. They want to be more honest. They want to stop doing drugs. They want to, it's so powerful, and I'm so proud of him, for this. So,
yeah. And I really appreciate her support. She's been supportive of the philosophy I teach from the beginning. I think that's what kind of made the connection with me and her.
Exactly.
And I think that was a powerful foundation to build on, and she's been really supportive. I try to support her work as much as possible. She's definitely a big support in the work that I do. And whether my art or whatever, either one.
Well, talking about your art, I love your art. I've always followed your art for years. And for those of you guys tuning in, Crispy's going to hold up an artwork. But literally, I've seen it before, but when I seen it, it was at the Pachuco Zoot Suit store.
Yeah, there you go.
So I saw it there.
Or on T-shirts.
Or on T-shirts.
Yeah. On T-shirts.
Postcards and anything you could probably think of. But what inspires you to do this artwork? I mean, I know your wife does. I've seen some artwork with her in it, and that's just beautiful. But, we're talking because I noticed, like, a lot of the women, like, resemble Lisa, and I don't know if that was before. I was talking to Chris.
Yeah, we were.
I'm like, that was probably
he found his
vision
girl.
Of his dream girl, And boom, Lisa Love, dream girl, even more. That's
Thank
so
you.
cute.
I hope my dad's listening, because that's what he says.
Yeah,
he looks around our house and he's like, he's been looking for you for a long time.
Some of my originals, they go back to the 70s and 80s and early 90s, and I met Lisa 3 years ago, but I think maybe that connection was a little destined, and I think the look was something that I was looking for.
Awesome. Well, we'll get back to this love story. A shout out. We got a shout out. Somebody who called in. Goldie called in. Shout out to CGD Anna and Crispy and Jackie and Lisa Love. Nice to meet her yesterday.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh. And back with Julian Mendoza here, talking about his inspiration for his artwork. So Crispy's going to hold up the artwork again.
Yes. For those of you just tuning in, you guys have probably seen these in T-shirts, posters. If you go to like the Latino stores in the mall, I know I've seen them there also. I don't know if they should have those at the store, or if they're just prints. And
if you see them on Venice Boardwalk, they shouldn't be there.
So tell us about.
Well, part of my inspiration was I was always one to be into vintage photographs, through family albums and stuff. And since my parents, met during the 40s, and my mother was a beautician during the 40s, a lot of the photographs I used to look at contained all the 40s cars and the 40s clothes and the 40s, for my dad, the zoot suit stuff. So that was where I first was exposed to it. So I started drawing what was familiar to me. And since my dad was, he was grew up in that era of the 40s with the zoot suiters and the cars and all that stuff. And my mom used to fix herself up that way. That was my first exposure. And then I did the different decades. There's some kind of 50s style, and then I have older sisters that grew up in the 60s, and that's, in the 70s. I even have something honoring the 70s. But mainly a lot of the stuff is from the 30s, from 40s and 50s.
Giveaway.
We have some giveaways. We have this, well, let's start off with the signed autographed photos or copies, prints of Julian's artwork. We have this one from looks like this one's 40s or 50s, right?
Like 40s
Pachuca with the rose, and then the 60s one. Also, next caller, first caller, second caller, call 888-909-1050, signed.
Yeah,
prints.
I guess you guys aren't going to take home a copy because
I got the other one.
You got dibs on that
one? Okay. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 a.m. The station that leaves no listener behind.
No, that's mine.
So again, if you're, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So call in 888-909-1050. Julian Mendoza's print, signed print by him, and we have some other stuff on Lisa Love paper doll book. So again, 888-909-1050. But definitely, there's so much I want to talk about, honestly. Like,
There is so much.
I mean, it's just like, what inspires, I mean, I know you both, you know, priorities are priorities.
Yes,
Definitely.
family
Family's
first.
priority. But where do you see yourselves?
That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know.
You mean in
As
the
a couple?
future?
As a couple?
As it working as a couple.
Working as a couple, individually.
You know what I found in this is part of my teachings, that I no longer look so far into the future, because I think it keeps you away from not being in the moment. We celebrate 2 years anniversary, and all we did and all I told her I was going to do is put good days together, and we have good days, and our good days add up to, you know, months and eventually years. So my plan, and speaking for myself, is to continue growing, you know, with her and taking care of our family and kind of seeing where it goes rather than making any major plans about that. I mean, I'm at the stage of my life where if it doesn't get any better than this, you know, I'm good, you know. I was blessed to have her pass through my life, and we held on to each other, you know. So, I plan to continue to paint right now because of family obligations. Painting is not a priority, but I can hardly wait because I'm doing a series on my wife, Lisa, and all the rest of my paintings will probably be of her. They won't just look like her. They will be of her. But she has so many different looks, and she helps me. You know, she's planned to help me promote the circle philosophy, and so if we can continue down that road, we're good. You know, as far as that's where I see.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, I agree with that.
And I think, like you said, her product may develop, and maybe I won't be so underground and let her promote my stuff. And I think that's the biggest change. The biggest change is being open to not be underground, and people let you know to promote my stuff a little bit more. And she's the one to probably do it for me, and I'm open to that.
Right. He's not a Facebook, Instagram type thing, you know.
Yeah. So that's what I see for the future. And if we could just stay, you know, content and continue to, you know, deal with our kids and grandkids, and that's what we plan to do. They keep our life pretty full.
Yeah.
I think it's really true though, like living the moment, and that's something that was a big eye opener recently for me, and it's so beautiful what you guys have, and living that moment, living right now. Like both of you guys are on the radio right now as that power couple, you know, and helping each other. And who knows, even though I am a true believer of like reaching your goals and stuff like that, but I'm also a true believer that priorities are priorities, you know, and there's nothing wrong with seeing where you want to be, but at the same time together,
to value where you are right now,
helping each other,
and I can see a little bit into the future. You know, I do kind of have aspirations to do more shows. I would love to get his art into powwows. He has amazing, you know, native art that people have not even seen, you know, so it's so exciting.
Okay,
you know,
that's awesome.
We're
looking for we still have giveaways, 888-909-1050, so we're still, do we have any
We have two.
Oh, we have two. Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's good. All right, so
hopefully it's not our family members.
we have callers. Big shout out.
One more.
So, but we do have one more.
One more.
If you want to hold it up, La Soldadera right there, 888-909-1050, and it's signed by beautiful Pinup Lisa Love.
Thank you.
Pinup. Model, mother,
I like what her Instagram says. Occasional model.
It's true. It's true. It's occasional.
I like that.
I know, but
occasional.
It's awesome though. A lot of people look up to both of you. You know that. I mean, obviously because of what you do, and then of what you do. What words do you have for them? We'll start with Lisa.
Well, when it comes to modeling, maybe.
And just life.
Like
obviously people look up to you because of the pinup title.
Right.
Because they look at you, oh, how cute, look at how she dresses. And, well, you know what? We'll save that because I really want to hear
no
your
problem.
inspiration, you know, because words, it's like somebody could be watching you right now and I want to be her. I want to be her.
I want to know who her favorite pinup model is.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Right. And we have, we have Pinup Lisa Love and artist Julian Mendoza, but Jackie wanted to ask a question. Go for it, girl.
Actually, I've always heard that when you meet your soulmate, you just know it. And I'm curious to know, at what moment did you guys just know that you were destined for each other?
I don't know if it was the same for both of us, but I was busy being a single father and not even considering, bringing somebody else into my life. And I was alone for, close to 16 years,
Wow.
And when I mean alone, and I was hopefully healing from some things and developing. But when I did make a connection and we sat down and talked, and it was through my artwork that I got to meet her and through mutual friends at the Zoot Suit shop, the El Pachuco.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing a show and she was doing some work there too. But I think by the first conversation, we sat, she sat down and we pretty much spent the 3 days of that festival connecting and talking.
Wow.
And I wasn't positive about my life's decision, but I definitely knew I felt a connection at that day. That day I felt a connection because I hadn't did that with anybody for many years. I never did it like that. You know what I mean? That's
Wow.
never happened. So maybe that was probably that's the June 12th, and we got married a year later on that day.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That was June 12th. So June 12th is when I kind of. Now,
Yeah.
if your answer isn't June 12th, then we're in trouble.
It actually isn't, because and I've told this story before, and I know you don't believe it,
was
but
June 11th.
no, I mean, he's right. We did sit down and we did talk, and my son was getting ready to move away to South Dakota to go to school, to hot rod school, and so I was at Ink and Iron. I was planning to see all my friends and do all that stuff, but we ended up sitting and talking, and I did not move from his booth. Seriously, I mean, the conversation was so good. And then after that, we started talking on the phone, and that's when I really felt like, I felt like I love him. And I hadn't even seen him or spent time. We hadn't gone on a date, but we had talked. Sometimes we would get on the phone at 8 o'clock at night, and we'd be 4 o'clock in the morning. Both of us have to go to work, and I just completely fell in love with him through those conversations, because he's so deep and he's so real and he's so different. And I was like, and I kept wanting, I remember on the phone, I kept wanting to say, I love you, but I was like, okay, that's a little crazy, Lisa.
You're gonna freak him out.
Yeah, I didn't want to freak him out. But I definitely felt it, and it was, I couldn't resist it, So I want to marry him again.
Oh, that's such
Yeah.
a beautiful story.
I do. I'm serious. I tell him all the
And
time, honey, let's get married. I love
I
you.
think that's really cool because you guys are both in the same field
Yeah.
of you guys go to car shows. You have your art, you have your art
Yes,
pinup and
yes.
stuff. This is art too,
Yeah.
right here.
The print work
there's
is
also
Yes.
print work. So it's so cool. You guys can relate even in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
And it's
deeper.
hard to find that.
It was deeper.
But
yeah.
you got a
Yeah.
good point, because my
Yeah.
initial conversations with her before I sat down and talked to her was I was inspired to maybe paint her. So we did have that conversation before we sat.
Yeah.
And at that time I knew she had print work and she knew I was an artist. But it wasn't until we sat and talked that we went, but I put the painting on hold, and we got married, and then I got back on the painting. I finished that painting, and so the painting, I ended up doing it, but put on hold for a little
Share
while.
interests.
Yeah, so I think the shared interest is,
Yeah.
in cars, the whole culture, whether it's, art, the culture, the tattoo culture, the car culture,
And now we do the shows together.
Yeah.
Which is really neat. We have our booths right next door to each other at
We have
Viva
our
Las
kids.
Vegas and
Sometimes
Canary.
our kids help us out, and
Yeah.
they help us with that.
It is cool.
Favorite pinup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who's your favorite pinup? That's what I want to know. And
My
I'm sure a lot of people want to
favorite
know.
pinup.
If you have one.
It's been the same one for a long time. Even before I started pinup modeling, was Bernie Dexter. I mean, I love her a lot.
She's a great model.
She's a fantastic model. She's a sweet person, and we're similar in age. So I like that, because she's a little bit older than everybody else, modeling, and I can appreciate that, So I really love her.
Cool. Shout out to Bernie Dexter.
Yes. I love Dana Deluxe, though, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's really pretty.
I love Dana
One
Deluxe.
thing I've learned about Lisa, that she respects a lot of her peers, and she expresses respect to her peers, and I know sometimes different things can get a little tricky, a little
Competitive
cutthroat.
and stuff.
Yeah, but I like the fact that she wasn't like that, since at least the impression I got of her at the beginning is she was pretty respectful to the rest of the people that does what she does.
See, that's a good thing,
Of course.
especially on this show. Like Anna talks about that a lot. If you're a woman and then you have your business, you try to help each other out. You try to compete.
Absolutely.
And so that's a big thing that Anna does that I look up to her a
Yeah.
lot. you know, a lot of women.
Absolutely. I try and help, you know, when I get questions on my Facebook fan page, I try and give them the attention that they're asking for and help them. And I know, Anna, you were asking about what advice I could give.
Yeah.
And and it's simple. Actually, it won't take too long. It's just do what makes your family proud. So when you're modeling, when you're putting on those clothes, you know, if it's something that wouldn't necessarily make your family proud, then maybe you should think twice about it. Yeah, but that's just my thing.
I think my mom liked that
She'll
one.
appreciate that.
Watching right now, she's like, yes.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's true. So what advice would you give to somebody that wants to be Julian Mendoza?
Lisa loves taken.
It depends why they want to be me. If they want to be me just because, no. You know, I talk to people that are, you know, in the arts, whether it's music or art, and I just tell them to, you know, especially if they're artists, technically, drawing what you know and drawing what you feel and what your passion is, they'll just come out better. So that's one of the things I tell younger people when I go to, you know, I go to the art classes sometime and talk to them, and I just tell them, you know, pick something that you have a connection with, and you'll just put more effort into it. More effort will definitely equal a more satisfying journey on that particular painting.
This interview went by really quick, didn't it?
Is it
Yes.
over?
After the next song is shout out. So
No,
pretty
I want to
much.
spend the night. No.
You can.
So real quick, mention your websites, Instagrams, Facebooks.
Sure, it's lisalove.com, and on Lisa Love, if you go there, it has links to all my social networks. So you can go to Instagram and Pinterest and all that stuff. And then for Julian, his is fleetlinefineart.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
Please stay here because we're still going to do shout outs. So if
Okay.
there's any, you can shout out your website again.
All right.
You just tuned into KCAA 1050 AM with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show. Boss Lady Crispy Talk and Jackie on the mic. If you like it, you know the drill. Keep requesting it on our Facebook page, CGD live radio show. And shout outs. We'll start with Jackie.
I actually want to give my traditional shout out that I always give out to my mom. I love her so much. She always tunes in. She's just coming back from Vegas right now. So I just, you know, drive safe. I want to tell her I love her and she's my biggest inspiration.
How funny, because my parents are not coming from Vegas, but they're in Vegas right now. So I want to give a shout out also to my parents, my mom and dad. Also Yazzie baby, she's usually
not here.
She's
I
not
know,
here
she
because
helps
she's in
us.
Vegas today as well.
okay.
One of our biggest supporters, Angel, Sandra Sunshine, and Rocio, who are always tuning in every week. So shout out. Thanks, guys. And my Aunt Mimi.
Yeah, my mom. She's watching right now. Big shout out to her.
And I guess you guys brought up parents, so I think I would have to, you know, my parents are, you know, to be honest, they're not doing well right now. They're at the end of their journey, so I would like to, you know, give them my best, and I'll be there soon to be right by them. And to them and my daughter, I'd like to tell her, I don't know if she's listening or she could listen, Makwali Shimosihui, Nimitz Klatsotla Klatsotzin. I just told my daughter, have a good night. I love her, and her name is Klatsotzin.
You see why I fell in love with it? Well, on that note, I wanted to give a shout out to my son, who I'm so proud of, Michael Anthony Fierro out there. He's in our scene also, which is so coincidental because
Shout
I
out.
did not raise him that way, but he is a metal fabricator at Hollywood Hot Rods in Burbank, California, and I could not be more proud of this man. He's a good guy, and just wanted to tell him that mommy loves him, and he'll always be my baby boy.
Shout out. What's his name?
Michael Fierro.
Michael Fierro. Shout out.
Big shout out. But again, let us know your Facebooks, websites, Instagrams, everything for everybody that's listening.
LisaLove.com and FleetlineFineArt.com.
Beautiful. I know we have like about 1 or 2 minutes. Any questions that you want on air? Because we were talking during commercial, but there's some things you can't say. Anything?
Let's talk about Lisa's wardrobe.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. I love it.
You mean what you're wearing right now, or her?
What she's wearing right now.
Oh.
Because she mentioned it at the beginning, but people tune in and out.
Yeah.
So let us know.
I'm actually
what jewelry-
casual today.
Yeah, it's casual.
Yeah, I'm casual, even though I'm wearing heels and a skirt. But that's actually, I know we don't have very much time, but I just wanted to let you know that that's actually what motivated me to model is the clothing. It had nothing to do with anything else but the clothing. And once I put on this clothing, the vintage clothing, because I'm a huge vintage clothing collector, it made me feel so pretty and great and glamorous and all of that stuff. And so if you guys see any vintage Mexican styled clothing, please tag me on Facebook. Please let me know, because I'm always buying, I'm always searching. So I've got quite the collection.
You need to do your own clothing line.
Yes.
I don't know. I love vintage so much. It's hard.
Well, replicas of
I like the real stuff. I like the real stuff. Yeah.
I'm actually curious to know why you chose the name Lisa Love.
Well, I talked to my girlfriends, and a lot of them were saying, lovely Lisa, and love this and that. And I just thought Lisa Love. It just made sense.
Perfect.
And so, and one of the biggest compliments I get out there is that it's fitting. They feel the love, and a lot of people say it's fitting. So,
well, thank you so much, Lisa Love.
Thank you for having us.
Julian Mendoza.
It's nice to see you, Anna.
I know.
It's really nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. And on behalf of the Classic Glamour Dolls,
Yes.
thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in
Thank
next
you.
Sunday, 8 to 9, only on KCAA. Bye.